about the Wassa legendary Bruce Leroy.
The secret awaits eyes, unclouded by ambition.
What?
Those who are bound by desire see only that which can be held in their hands.
Yeah.
Leroy, let me out! Leroy! No, look at me. Why not? It's beautiful. Face to look upon. Yeah, well, like here, man. Show them the new look.
Oh.
Can you see me?
Hey, people.
Can you see me? Ew. Oh.
I mean, my friend.
Crepes in.
I needed a change. The truth is, I only got 1 or 2 little greys coming through, but it's long trying to cover them up, and then you cover up your. And my natural colour is actually like a red, a reddy, blacky, deep browny colour. But I've dyed it so many times that it's black. And it's just long. I'd rather like the grey just come one time, boom, and then I can just do bare stylage in that. You know what I mean? Get me. So it's taking long to come through. I shouldn't complain, really.
You shouldn't.
Anywho, how is everybody today? Good evening. Because we don't do that word to mourn the day as you begin.
We're not doing that.
Spellings on all these words, you know, spells. They cast spells all the time. So, first of all, I would like to make a disclaimer. I haven't done one of them in time. Do you remember I used to make them?
Disclaimer. Oh, what foolishness is this today?
It's not.
What is it?
All I want to say is, you know, because like, there's always new people. Hi, new people.
Hi, new people. Thanks for subscribing.
No, I don't like followers. No, follow me, you know, because we might lead you astray. Please. I try not to. Never going to stop saying them. It's when my brain is buffering. My brain is buffering. So,
disclaimer.
This disclaimer is equal opportunities blazing.
Oh my god.
White people get blazed, black peoples get blazed, mixed peoples get blazed, Chinese peoples get blazed, Indians get blazed, whoever missed out, everybody is equal opportunity blazing. And what I'd like to say is, obviously we talk about different things. If you watch our videos, we talk about relationships.
Yeah.
We talk about schlecks. We talk about, what we spoke about?
Narcissism.
Religion. We'll talk about anything. But at the moment, we're just going with this flow. And then we'll switch it up again. But as time goes on, I guess we'll see. If you want us to keep talking about, because there's so much knowledge in our heads, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of...
About lots of things.
we need to discuss.
Because we like talking about lots of things. And we did say, if you look at our description of our channel, that we will be addressing various topics. So, today we will continue. Because we start to speak about Cain, it's just led us to the Asiatic people. Yeah. It just did. Like, we weren't expecting it, but it did. And what I would like to say before I begin is, if you're offended by facts and truth, you need to vacate the premises right now.
The door.
If you're here because, like us, you just like to unveil the truth. Like, it's actually very freeing. Because, honestly, from my perspective, I think especially like when you brought up in religion, you don't feel free.
Why are you copying me though? I'm itching my back.
Bookie, man. You're bookie, man. No, man. You're weird in that. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, I'll be honest and say I haven't felt free.
No.
I've had moments throughout my life where there's been that sense of freeness and enjoyment. Enjoyment.
Yeah.
But generally, I haven't felt entirely free, because it's like I said to you earlier, it feels like being an Asian person, that you're in a room and everybody knows the secret apart from you.
It's really bad, you know.
It's like people stare, they did the stairs, and it's that. Everybody's in on the secret, and the more we learn, it's more like, oh,
So this is what
My
you
gosh.
man are on. You're hiding all this.
This is why you're angry. You hate us like we're enemy number one, and then you drag everybody in on it to like basically hold down the strongest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you beat
if you
down
break the strongest one, you've conquered the world.
the truth, the facts. You know, you were like looking people in the eye, not knowing you were the truth the whole time.
And they're trying to steal the essence.
Racism makes a lot of sense. But anyway, aside from that, in general, for everybody, you realise how interlinked everybody is. And by the end of it, I mean, we already know things right now. We're just not spilling the tea. We could just come right in and go, blah. But a lot of the things that black people think is the truth, isn't the truth. And like I said, there's a few channels out here, people that I respect. Like I said, Mr. Rashad, he's new. And what's mad is that I'm noticing the channels are kind of coinciding with each other. It's the weirdest thing. It's like the energy, the spirit,
shift.
or the soul is just, everyone's aligned the shift. Yeah, it's crazy. And so please do go to the links, because we do give you good links that will fill in the gaps and make you go,
oh, that makes sense.
So today, jumping off the back of it, I think it could have been the last video where I said, is religion about racism? Because we brought to you the evidence for you to decide and decipher. And so off the back of that, and I said ethnic cleansing, didn't I?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So there was a Caucasian War.
The Caucasian War was an invasion of the Caucasus by the Russian Empire, which resulted in Russia's annexation of the areas of the North Caucasus and the ethnic cleansing of Circassians. It consisted of a series of military actions waged by the empire against the native peoples of the Caucasus, including the Chechens, Adige, Abkhaz, Abaza, Yubikais, Kumyks, and Dagestanians. As Russians sought to expand among Muslims, resistance to the Russians was described as jihad.
There was also a genocide.
Yeah.
Circassian genocide. Come on, get the PowerPoint up.
They changed names, they changed places. And so when you're looking for information,
You will never find the results.
yeah, you think they're talking about somewhere else when they're not. They talk about the same place. That's what they do to deter you from finding out information. I've learned that along my way.
We're aware that Eastern Europe, or what they call like Russia, Siberia, is all in North Asia.
They were called Circassians, and before that they were called something else. And the thing is, to the person who said
Daughter of Esau.
daughter of Esau, and you see, this is what I'm trying to say. A lot of you pro-black people don't realise that you're under the white ideology.
To be the ones professing the hard, heavy, like...
You're under white ideology. Listen, here's a book you need to go and read. The Negro Question, Part 7. Swarthy Memoirs of a Black American Revolution, 1775 to 1783. Black people were always near the Caucasus Mountains. Because the truth is, yes, but you see, then we're going to start getting a bit spooky.
It's a bit too deep.
We're going to get a bit too deep, and I'm not sure of how many people can handle it. But that was the place that these beings came and decided to start this
new race.
Yeah. But we were already there. You see, they've told you, and this is the next thing, when we'll get to it, you think everybody came out of Africa because they told you that to keep your mind closed so you wouldn't think you belong to anywhere else. But as I've always said, do you think, like, use logic, like sometimes just use logic. Do you think that this planet of people decided, you know how big it is, that we decided, don't want to venture to the rest of the world? Remember I told you before, I'm going to use the white man science, yeah, that we've been here longer than everybody. I'm just going to keep it short because you go and research it for yourself.
Come on.
So we decided for hundreds and thousands of years, in their words, possibly billions, millions, to sit down in Africa with the whole of the rest of the
world.
plane around us and went, shall we venture out? And for
Go back to your country.
for how many years we said, nah, let's not.
Oh,
I've got a feeling, I've got a prophecy that white people are going to come and they're going to batter us. Let's just stay here.
You're stupid.
You know what? The stupidity for me.
You're stupid.
I just like, this is why I don't take you seriously. Even,
For real, man.
even when
It's
you
too
cuss me out and she's so loud. White man, this, that. Listen, you're a bunch of idiots, man. I got more sense than the whole of you put together.
Though.
You idiots. And I say...
come on, remember Columbus.
Well,
Hello.
Listen, I don't want to upset you. But if you lot were tearing down the statue, good on you. But if I tell you he's black, how will you feel? I told you I can back, I keep telling you I can back it up.
The fact that like people were finding out like last year that Beethoven was black.
I can back it up.
I mean, come on.
And this is what I'm trying to say. You want to be in fights and arguments with each other about all of this information. But here's the problem. We're all to blame. By the time we get the full picture, because with everybody that's out here speaking the truth, it's not going to be cut and dry.
Yeah.
It's not.
Somebody got infiltrated. If we were the first beings on this earth, and then for some reason we become the minority, let's make it make sense. Somebody sold us out along the way. Or if we weren't sold out, they used our spells on us
Magic,
to make us follow them.
Yeah, people don't believe in this magic, but we're going to prove that too. We're going to prove it, So, tell them.
But then it sounds like we're racist because we're like, oh, if it wasn't for you, white people.
No, but I've just explained that it's not cut and dry. It's not black and white. There's all this stuff in the middle, and this is the stuff we're dealing with today. If you think about it.
Yeah.
It's not like this. What I'm saying. Yes, we can talk about all of these, animal DNA, DEA, first people here, But when you start to get to the nitty gritty, you'll find out that it's not as straightforward as you think it is. And even then, you know what, you can learn so much to the point where you're just like...
It is very saddening sometimes, like, finding this information. It's like, this is what our ancestors were having to deal with or go through.
Well, the Circassian War, let me just tell you. It actually says, if you look, Circassian Genocide, Russo-Circassian War, massacres in Russia. It says, Grigory Zaz described the Circassians as subhuman filth and justified their killing and use in scientific experiments. I just want to pause there a minute. These are people. Zoom in the picture and tell me what kind of people you think they are. Are they white? Are they black beasts?
Black.
Are they somewhere in between? Yeah? Now, here are the type of things they did. They tore open the bellies of pregnant women.
See, this type of shit, you have to be, sorry, excuse my French, you have to be some sort of tapped. Some sort of mad to do these things to another human. Like booting a baby out of someone's stomach. You have to be on a next level of retarded, crazy, on meth, all types of drugs to be doing. I don't understand. I don't get it.
But this is why so many people are angry when it comes to the black and white thing, because this is the stuff you say get over it. But you've got the same mentality, and then you're raising your kids with the same mentality, and then you're saying that the black people are savages, and your whole history is about being savages.
They always want to act innocent, you know. You know when you say like, oh, children aren't born racist, like you teach them racism.
No, they are.
But
remember, they say you learn from in the
womb, exactly.
And then
that's what I'm saying.
Some are.
They're not.
So they were also allowing their soldiers to rape women, part of their scientific experiments.
Remember also, we were saying about St. James.
Well, we did tell you who St. James was, didn't we? Still the patron saint of Spain. And what was he doing? Killing the Moors and indigenous peoples. And what I'd like to say, and I'm going to say it now, there is a difference between native, indigenous, American Indian, Indian American. Go and look it all up. There's a difference. Autonomous people who are indigenous. There's a difference.
They put these labels on us.
And we'll show you, and you'll see what the difference is when you get there, when we get to the end. But what I will say is, native is where you have the DNA in you. You've gone from somewhere else and you've come to the place and live there. American Indian is when these Europeans, because that's the next thing. When I looked at who are the Americans, it literally says it doesn't know. Because we know that who the Europeans were, Swarthy and black. Does Swarthy mean black? Well, it did back in the day. Look it up. It meant very black, like Swarthy P8. Isn't he black? And white people black up and put lipstick on and think it's hilarious.
Gollywog business.
Gollywog, basically. Right. That's what it meant. When you look it up, it just says it doesn't know. But for the sake of argument, let's call them Europeans who went to America. But as I said, that's complicated too. Anywho, for the past few centuries, we know who it's been. But I will say, the Ottoman slavery, I put up a book, and blacks and whites were in slavery together then. White people could buy themselves out, but black people couldn't. And shouts out to my city people who are in India still being disrespected, and others still in Saudi Arabia and places like that still being disrespected. The time's up, you know. The time is up. All this sporting around with riches and all this stuff and calling us savage, uncultured.
3/5 of a man.
But that doesn't even mean what you thought it meant. Anywho.
Y'all have to wait for that.
So they said it was a genocide, right? Let me read. The Circassian genocide, or the Tseskun, was the Russian Empire's systematic mass murder. I'm reading it. This is Wikipedia.
But get over it.
Yeah. Right? Ethnic cleansing and expulsion of 80 to 97% of the Circassian population, around 800,000 to 1,500,000 people.
But get over it.
During and after the Russo-Circassian War, 1763 to 1864, it's a long time, the majority of Circassians were targeted. Though a minority who accepted Russification remained, it has been reported that during the events, the Russian Cossack forces used various methods such as tearing the bellies of pregnant women. Russian generals such as Grigory Zhas described Circassians as subhuman filth and justified their killings and use in scientific experiments, allowing their soldiers to rape women, as I said. The Caucasian War was an invasion of the Caucasus by the Russian Empire, which resulted in Russia's annexation, as you said. So we'll just leave that there for a second. South Caucasus. The South Caucasus is also known as Transcaucasia or Transcaucasus, is a geographical region on the border of Eastern Europe and Western Asia, straddling the Southern Caucasus Mountains. Now that's important.
Straddling.
The South Caucasus roughly corresponds to modern Armenia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, which are sometimes collectively known as the Caucasian states. Now, what I would like to ask you is, do you know why Liverpool's called Liverpool?
Come on.
Do you know why Blackpool's called Blackpool?
Come on, everybody.
So in that area, there is a sea. Guess what it's called? The Black Sea.
Take the piss.
I'm going to leave it there.
Thousands of years before the expansion of the Indo-Europeans, a collection of unrelated peoples inhabited parts of Europe, Central Asia, and parts of the Near East. And as to who they were exactly, we may never know, but there are hints of their presence left behind, scattered